Bum-ba-da-da upon a star, bum-ba-da-da legally distinct. When you wish, ba-dum-da-da, it's not the same song. That's good enough.
What's all this garbage?
Well, I'm glad you asked, goofball. You see, after you demonstrated that I shouldn't trust science, I thought I might dip my toe into the wild world of mysticism. It seems a little more on brand for an artist such as myself. This is my wishing board. By forcing myself to believe these things are a part of my future, the universe itself, in an attempt to rectify an incorrect perception, will make it a correct perception by delivering these things unto me via the rule of magnetism.
Creep, you can't be this stupid. It's not allowed.
Mock me all you want, but when I get my Italian sports car, beachfront property, and beautiful blonde girlfriend, I'll be the one who's laughing.
You know, if you keep making these clickbait videos, people in the comments are just gonna keep getting angry at you.
Goofball, everything pertaining to the title and thumbnail is right here on this paper. You can't say this video is clickbait when all the information pertaining to the title and thumbnail is technically on screen right now in the video. Look, there it is, right there. Not clickbait.
Yeah, somehow I don't think that's gonna be good enough for people.
Well, who cares anyway? I only value the opinion of my future beautiful blonde girlfriend, who is being magnetically attracted to this location as we speak.
Oh, so this is your perfect woman, huh? The cigarette wig lady?
Well, maybe not her specifically, but someone with a similar vibe, of course. I need a woman, goofball. I need one for, you know, full access.
Oh, full access. I gotcha.
And this is how I'm gonna get full access. My days of being a loser are over, goofball. Thanks to the rule of magnetism, all that awaits me now is health, wealth, and good relationships.
You're an idiot. This rule of magnetism shit doesn't work. It never works.
But it does make sense. The reason women have never liked me is because I always believed that women don't like me.
No. You see, the reason women don't like you is because you're obese, you're bald, you're funny looking, you have no money, you have no car, you're way too tall, you're uneducated, you like cartoons for children, you have scrawny arms, really just no muscle mass whatsoever, you have a weird penis, you're neurotic and mentally ill, you have crooked teeth and a big pointy nose, you're not good at anything, you have thoracic kyphosis, you're a glutton, you have stupid, incorrect opinions, you're emotionally unstable and immature, you're egotistical and self-absorbed, you have pale, greasy skin and huge pores, you're covered in zits and scabs and open wounds, you have a history of racist jokes, absolutely tasteless stuff. Really disappointed in you, by the way. You have no social skills. You have no business prospects or ambition. You're like a condescending pseudo-intellectual. You fail at everything. You don't bathe. And worst of all, you have very, very low self-esteem.
Oh gee, I wonder what could possibly be contributing to that.
I know it sounds like I'm busting your balls here, but I'm just trying to help you. I don't want to see you waste your time on this crap.
Well then how am I supposed to get what I want in this life, goofball? Huh? How? By working really hard for it? Well, that's what I've been doing for the past 15 years, and it doesn't work!
Oh no, hard work is for suckers. You and I can agree on that. But this magnet shit is for suckers too. You kinda just have to accept that you have no agency over what you get.
I can't do that. I can't be happy unless I get the things that I want. The things that I need. Health, wealth, and relationships.
Have you ever seen a 46-year-old woman bagging groceries at the supermarket?
I guess probably.
It's like she couldn't avoid it. She had 46 years to find a way to not end up in the worst position possible. 46 years of working and wishing. And yet, there she is. There was nothing she could have done. It was just inevitable. Yep, it doesn't matter how hard you wish or how hard you work. The only way to get what you want in this world is by being lucky. And let me tell you, being lucky is pretty damn great.
Oh, and you're lucky.
Not paranormal luck, blind luck. You see, I'm a winner, so the things that I want just sort of come to me. Now you're a loser. You never get anything. Even I can see that. And if you're not the kind of person who gets things, you shouldn't be the kind of person who wants things.
Goofball, you act as if your life is so much better than mine, but the last time I checked, you don't have a girlfriend either.
Oh, I have a girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend?
Of course.
I thought you were gay.
Sometimes I am, but when I'm not, I have a girlfriend.
How does that work?
Well, I'm poly.
Okay. Do you want a cracker?
No. It just means that I don't believe that romantic and sexual relationships need to be confined exclusively to just two people.
Well, that sounds greedy and self-destructive.
Pretty much. But let me tell you, it's one hell of a ride on the way down.
How convenient. You have a girlfriend that I've never met. You're the winner and I'm the loser again. Oh, and let me guess, she lives in Canada.
No, actually, she's right fucking there.
Ah, jeez.
My name's Natalie. I'm a part-time lingerie model when I'm not working towards my bachelor's in pharmaceutical science. My hobbies are cooking and cleaning, and my dad is super rich and super sick. Like, stage 3 terminal sick.
Goofball, as much as I would love to stand here and listen to whatever parody title you have for a catalog that sells lingerie to cartoon ghosts,
Boo, Toria's secret.
may I kindly remind you of our previously agreed upon one ghost in the apartment policy?
Baby girl, why don't you run home and get started on dinner? I'll be around at like 6.
Anything you say, Daddy.
Oof, she is one hell of a firecracker. And let me tell you, I got full access. I can touch her titties, her vagina, put my finger up her butthole, anything I want. She doesn't care, she likes it. She likes when I put a finger up her butthole.
Please stop talking.
What, you don't like my Mickey Mouse sounding ass saying butthole and vagina? Is Goofball not allowed to say vagina?
Goofball, if your girlfriend has her own place, then why are you living with me? Why are you not living with her?
Well, I don't want her to get too clingy. I gotta be able to ditch her if something better comes along.
You know, you sex havers are all alike. You have no idea how the other half lives. You don't know what it's like to have one of your basic biological needs go neglected for years at a time.
You know, maybe the reason women don't like you has less to do with you not believing that they do, and more to do with the fact that you're a creepy, entitled asshole.
Maybe. I certainly wouldn't rule out the possibility.
Well, then maybe you should work on that. Now, what's all this really about? You don't need some wishing board. Your life's not that bad. You got things to be thankful for.
My life sucks. I don't have shit.
Don't you, have a lot of people on the internet who like your cartoons or something? You could be grateful for that.
Oh, big whoop! I'd trade them all right now for a sack of boiled peanuts.
Well, I've said it before, but I really just don't know what you want. You're never satisfied with what you have. You won't tell me what's wrong. What's it gonna take to get you to talk to me like a person?
Sorry, Goofball, I can't have this conversation. I gotta talk about whatever bullshit I put in the thumbnail, otherwise the comments will say clickbait.
Hey, look at me. Look at me. This isn't about them, okay? It's not. Don't look at them. Don't look at them. Look at me. Look at me. Who cares what they say? Forget their comments. Don't even read them. If they hate this video, then that's fine. It's not for them. It's for you.
You mean I don't have to read the comments?
You don't have to read one. You've been making videos for them for over a decade. You can make one for yourself. I'll allow it. Now, oi, Gavalt Bubala, will you tell me what's going on in that Meshuggah brain already? Why'd you turn around?
Because I'm about to talk about, feelings.
Oh, okay.
I'm not happy, Goofball. I'm unhappy. I'm an unhappy man. And I've been an unhappy man for a very, very long time.
Not happy? Well, why would anybody not be happy?
You don't know how it feels to be unhappy?
Not really. I love being a ghost. I can go anywhere I want, do anything I want, nothing bad can ever happen to me. All I have to do on any given day is make sure I get my goofiness in. Here to get goofy and be goofy, that's me, that's my job, all day, every day, it's what I do. Boy, do I get goofy. But I've been so preoccupied with enjoying my own goofiness that I completely failed to realize that the most important person in my life doesn't feel very goofy at all. And in fact, is struggling with mental health issues.
Mental health is for girls, goofball. I'm not sad, I'm pissed off. Pissed off at the world for denying me my happiness. Denying me the fundamental building blocks that I need to construct it.
This issue is complex and multifaceted, and it needs professional intervention. But lucky for you, Dr. Goofberg is here to help you help yourself. Now, before we start, what I want you to understand is that this is a safe space. It's important that you don't censor yourself so I can know your true feelings and thoughts. You have my solemn promise that no matter what you say, I am not here to pass judgment. Now tell me all about your asinine, irrelevant white people problems and why they make you such a depressing sad sack.
Why shouldn't I be depressing? I've earned the right. Nobody cares about me. They say they do, sometimes, but they never act like it. Empty platitudes, that's all it's ever been. All I ever hear is, you gotta care about this, you gotta care about that. You're a bad person if you don't care about this. Only a horrible person wouldn't care about that. But who cares about M-A-X? That's a nobody. Huh. I don't understand why my plight doesn't count. And I'm not interested in being told I don't have a plight anymore, because of course I do. I never experienced the slightest modicum of reprieve from my physical or emotional pain. I've never experienced any practical success from my creative pursuits. And I'm starting to realize that I probably never will. And all my life, people have been telling me I'm ugly. And when you hear something enough times, eventually you start to believe it. For whatever reason, I still don't think of myself as an adult, but I've been one for a long time now. And I've fallen into a lifestyle that would perhaps be better befitting of a pet hamster. I get up periodically to fatigue myself in my little wheel until I grow weary and retire back to my bed of shredded newspaper, where I smoke weed, masturbate, and play video games. 3 pastimes I grew bored of a long time ago. It's not the way a man was supposed to live. A real man with boiling red-hot blood and sweat and muscles and bones and hair and flesh and a brain and a spirit. A real man would have breath in his lungs and grit in his veins. He wouldn't allow himself to be subjugated like this. Is this really how the Max Gilardi story ends? All these years, I feel like I've been waiting for it to get started. But not only did it start without me knowing, but it's already over. There's no light at the end of this tunnel. And I don't even have anything to show for everything I've done so far. I have no health, no wealth, and no relationships. I gave those things up so I could pursue a life as an artist. And I'm not even a real artist. I'm a cartoon clown, whiling away his precious hours, making a YouTube show that nobody watches. A single, miserable, screaming idiot, floating amongst a sea of other miserable, screaming idiots, shrieking with hoarse lungs into the infinite blackness of an apathetic universe. Until eventually, that voice is silenced forever. And it's like it was never even there. And the dark is all that's left.
Oh, yeah.
Goofball! I'm realizing my life is over and I'll never be happy again. Can you please treat the situation with a little more reverence?
I'm still listening. Why don't you tell me what your perfect life would look like? No holds barred, no compromises, really dream big. What would it take to make you as happy as possible?
What would it take to make me happy? To have a large group of friends that I'm always doing fun, adventurous things with? To have a high number of consequence-free sexual encounters with beautiful women of every race? To have enough money to never have to worry about money ever again? To feel creatively fulfilled? To feel absolved of the bad things I've done in the past? To not have to worry about the bad things that are gonna happen in the future? To have a new body? To have a new soul? But mostly, to just finally learn to like myself. And when I die, I go to heaven.
Yeah, like any of that shit's gonna happen.
Goofball, do I have to take that pen away from you?
Hey, genius! I can look at a pen and listen to you at the same time!
Oh, God. I wasn't wired for this type of introspection. I'm dissociating! I'm experiencing a lack of continuity between thoughts, memories, surroundings, actions, and identity!
Ew, gross!
You have to validate me, goofball.
I have to what?
Validation! To reform my shattered cognizance.
Validate you how?
It doesn't matter how, any way will work.
And it has to be me?
Please, goofball, you're the only one!
Normally I have a rule against blowing smoke up people's asses, but before, when I was listing your unattractive attributes, and I said you're not good at anything, well, that one isn't exactly true. There are things that you're good at, like drawing cartoons. You are very good at drawing cartoons. It's not a practical skill, but it's a skill.
Goofball, are you saying I'm a good artist?
I guess so.
Oh, I think I get it. I'm unhappy in life because I feel as if my existence lacks meaning or purpose. But instead of taking on the discipline and responsibility that would be necessary for a sense of purpose, I lust after things I'll likely never have, as a way of circumventing any kind of genuine self-improvement or emotional growth.
Hey, remember when this show used to be about movies?
I guess it's not fair for me to be mad at the world. I put myself in this box by being selfish and cowardly.
I'm glad you've had this breakthrough. And now, allow me to offer my official clinical diagnosis. I hate to have to be the one to tell you this, but we're gonna have to amputate your head.
Ah, jeez.
Don't worry. I mean, it's not like you were using it for anything.
Goofball, you are not a good therapist.
Why not?
Because it's like goofiness is written into your DNA. You're just incapable of taking this seriously.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Now turn and cough. You know, you say you feel like nobody cares about you, but I care about you, creep. I tell you all the time that I care about you, but it's like when I say it, you don't hear it.
Somebody just say something?
Hey, you look like the kind of creep that would buy one of these BurnBot pillows. Why not use the link below to head on over to the Brain Dump online merch store to pick one up? Don't worry, I won't tell anyone that you bought a pillow with a cartoon girl on it.